Hello students, in my last video we learned the poem of standard 10th Basketful of Moonlight. Now we will go ahead in the same poem with the workshop. For this workshop, now we go through the poem again, we revised it, and while revising it we find out some questions and their answers also through the poem. Now let's start. The poem is, "O moon, give me moonlight basketful or two basketfuls with seeds of moonlight." Which question comes from these lines? Yes. What is the demand of the child to the moon? The answer is, the child demands a basketful or two basketful seeds of moonlight. Yes, he wants seeds of moonlight. Now next line. From the city to my village, on the sides of the path, I want to sow many small moons of light. Where the boy wants to sow the seeds of the moonlight. The boy wants to sow the seeds of the moonlight on the sides of the path. Yes. We have seen that the path is dark at night, and so that his father comes late. There are many problems also on that path. In next line it is described. Let's see. The village goes to the city daily to work. It becomes dark on its way back. As the village is quite far, the route is tough and full of snakes and scorpions. The village is far away from the city. Where do the villagers go to work? The next question is, where do the villagers go to work? They go to the city to work. And where is the city? City is far away from the village. Now next line. The route is tough and full of snakes and scorpions. Neither bus nor cart plies. How is the route? The route is tough with full of snakes and scorpions. How is the route? The route is tough with snakes and scorpions. Next line. When my father returns home, I am asleep, and he goes back early in the morning when I am sleeping. When do the writer's father go to the work? He goes to the work early in the morning. Very good. O moon, give me a basketful of moonlight on loan. I want to light the dark root so that my father returns early. Why does the little child wants the seeds of the light or the moonlight? Why he wants the seeds of the moonlight? He wants to light the root, dark root, from which his father returns home. Next line. I too want to hear fairy tales and stories from him. And another reason is, when the root becomes light, then his father will come early in the home and he can hear fairy tales or stories from him. Now tell me, why the boy wants the basketful of moonlight, seeds of the moonlight from the moon? Give different reasons which we see in this poem. The first one is, he wants to make the tough and dark root bright with the light of the moon. Second one is, he wants his father early at home. So he wants that moons. And third one is, the village goes to the city, and when it comes back, it gets too late. So, to solve the problems of the villagers, he wants that seeds. And the fourth reason is, the root is full of snakes and scorpions. It is dangerous. If the root becomes bright with the moonlight, the villagers can see the snakes and scorpions and save their lives. So, these are the four reasons for which he wants the seeds of the basketful of moonlight. And the last lines of this poem is, "Oh moon, give me a basketful of moonlight. I want to sow seeds of moon on the sides of the path." This is the poem which is a free verse. If we see the last words of every line, there is no rhyme scheme seen in the poem. So this is a free verse. And there are too many describing words in this poem. For example, I will tell you some of them and you have to find out others. First one is small moon. Small is a describing word. My village. My is a describing word. Then the next word, describing word, tough root. Tough root. Tough is a describing word. Now you have to find out other describing words from this poem. Now we are going to see the main part, main workshop of this poem is that is appreciation. There are 5 points for this appreciation. First is the name of the poem. As we know, the name of the poem is Basketful of Moonlight. While writing this, you have to make single inverted comma to the name of the poem. The second point, poet. The name of the poet is Sunil Sharma. Third point, rhyme scheme. There is no rhyme scheme seen in the poem. So, this poem is a free verse. You can write, there is no rhyme scheme seen in the poem. So, this poem is a free verse. Fourth point is figure of speech. Two main figures of speech are seen in this poem. First is repetition. There is a repetition of few words in this poem. For example, O moon. 3 times it is repeated throughout the poem. O moon. I want to show many small moons of light. Small. This word is repeated. Small is repeated here. So this is the second example of repetition. Now see, the second figure of speech is alliteration. What is alliteration? Alliteration is a repetition of a same sound in a line. That is called alliteration. For example, see, O moon, give me a basketful of moonlight on loan. Ma, O moon, me, moonlight. In these 3 words, ma, this sound is repeated. या 3 शब्दांमधून म हा साऊंड, म हे हा स्वर, हा उच्चार वारंवार आलेला आहे. आणि म्हणून ज्या वाक्यामध्ये असे एकसारखे उच्चार वारंवार येतात अशा वाक्याला आपण ॲलिटरेशन असं म्हणतो. So these 2 figure of speech is seen in this poem. Now the last point is theme or central idea of the poem. Students, while you write the central idea of the poem, you have to think about whole poem first. Then you can write the proper central idea of the poem. While reading this poem, we can see that the boy is lonely, feeling lonely, and eagerly wants to meet his father. Second one is the boy wants to solve the problems of the villagers as well as of his own father's problem by asking the moon for the seeds of moonlight. This is a childish request, but it shows the eagerness of the child towards his father's love. The third is, through this poem, the poet wants to picturize the life of villagers, which is so hard and tough. They have to go far away to work, and in the way they have to face many problems: tough route, snakes, scorpions, many difficulties are there. This is also picturized in this poem. So the theme of the poem is the child's request to the moon to solve the problems of the villagers, to get his father's company, and also to listen fairy tales from his fathers. This is the central idea of the poem. So, my dear students, go through the poem, and I hope you understood it very well.